Welcome to the Electric Violin Diaries. In this week's episode of Catch Caitlin, 60-second sideshow mostly covers a gig I did this week with my phantom friend Robin. Showtime introduces you to a couple of gorgeous dancers you'll be seeing on stage with me in the V is for Velvet finale. And in Dear Diary, I tell you what I'd do with myself if I ever went completely blank. That actually happens on stage a lot. But what would I do if I genuinely couldn't remember how to play the violin anymore? I actually only had one gig this week, so I'll try and make the next 60 seconds as exciting as possible. This is 60-second sideshow. Alright, so the only gig I had this week was in Johannesburg. I got to perform with my friend, the insanely talented alternative opera singer Robin. Robin recently played the lead role of Christine Daae in The Phantom of the Opera, and was so rocking she won an award for it. An alternative version of the Phantom of the Opera theme is exactly what we had to perform together. Well, actually across from each other, on balconies in the Monte Cassino Teatro. I then got to perform another couple of sets. Dinner was hosted on the actual theatre stage, and I got to perform aerially over the audience. And then I got my naughty ballerina tutu on and performed a closing number. Robin and I actually have a 6-show roadshow together across 5 cities in November, so you'll be seeing more of her soon. Delayed flights aren't so bad, as long as you have interwebs and a good book. Back to Cape Town and it's bipolar weather with me. To a kitty cat that is very happy to have its scratching post back for a while. And to top a pretty chilled week off, I made it my mission in Guild Wars to find that secret area in the Grove with my Silvari Mesmer. Dancers, awesome dancers, super hot, awesome dancers. You'll see what I mean. Remember, the theme of this chapter is V is for Velvet, and it's exactly 4 weeks until showtime. First up, meet Lindy. She is Royal Academy of Dance trained in ballet and modern dance. She has performed overseas at the Edinburgh Dance Festival, appeared in numerous television commercials, is also a model, and is currently a Stormers dancer / cheerleader. And right this way, ladies and gents, meet Tracy, who studied at the State Theatre Ballet Company in Johannesburg. She's performed internationally in Las Vegas, India, and the Seychelles. She toured Australia and Israel as the female lead in African Footprint, and throughout USA and the Mediterranean on a number of princess cruises. I met Lindy and Tracy through performing at Vaudeville in Cape Town about 3 years ago. That's actually where I met most of the performers I know. In July 2012, I took them with me to Zambia to put on a show we called Industrial Cirque. You'll be seeing Lindy and Tracy for a little bit in the V is for Velvet finale, so keep an eye out for them. This is something I don't really like to spend much time thinking about. Negative manifestation and all that, but it was an interesting question I received this week for the Dear Diary segment. Sent in by Irving Maltez, who asked, what would you do if one day you woke up in the morning and found out that you couldn't play the violin anymore? Somehow your gift, your talent, was taken. You were unable to take it back. What would you do to make a living? Ha! Well, I've been bossing around my friends, choreographing and putting together little productions ever since I can remember. But over the past 4 years or so, I've been given a few opportunities to produce and direct my own shows. This is something I'm truly passionate about, tying together different performers and showy elements in creative ways, thinking up concepts purely for entertainment purposes, and then actually seeing my ideas come to life. Luckily, I can perform and be part of these shows, and like I've said 1,000 times, I really do live and love to be on stage. But if I couldn't actually play the violin, I'd be attempting to work my way up the show directing ladder. I would be in the entertainment industry one way or another. I think the chibi this week is my favorite so far. Created by Dustin R. Be sure to check him out on DeviantArt. Take a look at the website for notes from this episode and links to everything mentioned. Also, take a look at my shop. Feel free to leave ideas for future episodes and catch up on past ones. That's all on this week's episode of Catch Caitlin. Subscribe, join me on Twitter, Facebook, and see you next Monday. As a little thank you for watching this whole episode of Catch Caitlin, I've decided to post a little something from the Industrial Cirque show that I've mentioned a couple of times in this episode. So, click anywhere in the frame to be taken to a secret video. Should I introduce Mr. Snaff? Okay, it's fine.